Okay, so gonna jump right into it. Now we're on to the baby shower. I'll make a group chat. Like, hey, this is the group chat for planning the baby shower. Would anyone like to cook for the event? So that way we won't have to do catering. I wanted to do catering because I wanted a lot of different stuff there. Because at the gender reveal, everything wasn't there. It still went well, but everything, that I was kind of prepared for wasn't really there. And then I also needed help making the menu. So I felt like catering would be easier, you know. It was, So before, or as I'm planning, before I made the group chat, it was my plan to have everyone just pay $2 for their deposit on their meal, on the meal that they wanted. And that's just to see, like, how many people are going to be there and how many trays I need to order for catering and all of that. Got a message from my boyfriend's mom. She's like, hey, you can't expect people to pay even if it is just $2, for a meal, whoop-de-whoop. And I simply said, okay, cool. They don't have to eat if they don't want to. It's fine, you know. I didn't think that there was anything wrong with that. That's kind of simply how I felt, They don't want to eat. Cool. Because, baby showers it's not about the food anyway. It's about the get together and, distributing the gifts for the babies. And, I've been to plenty of baby showers where there wasn't no food or it was just a pot of meatballs. Like, to me, it wasn't really a big deal. To other people, it might have been a big deal. I'm seeing that now. But to me, it literally was not a big deal. It is what it is. I've had to RSVP for baby showers before and pay a deposit to get in the door just to help on the cost of the venue. Just, to me, it wasn't a big deal. So it was $2 to claim their meal, their tray, and it was just going to be that. If they didn't want to eat, they didn't have to. So I said, okay, this group chat is for the planning of the baby shower. Would anyone like to cook for this event? That way we won't have to pay for catering. If that could be done, that would be great. And then I went on to say, this chat contains my mom, my boyfriend's mom, father, and grandmothers. And at the same time, I'm on the phone with my mom as I'm sending this chat because we were trying to figure out, what we were going to do, catering or So, on the phone with my mom, and, like 30 minutes goes by, people are not responding in the chat yet. My mom's like, hey, should I start it off? Just to kind of get the chat to start talking. And I'm like, yeah, sure, and go ahead and say something. Literally at the same time, my boyfriend's dad's mom texts and my mom texts. Like, the messages literally send back to back. Boyfriend's dad's mom says, okay, let's chat on menu. And then, right after that, my mom's like, hey, everyone, I'm Liberia's mom. I have a question. Are we voting to see if the baby shower should be catered or if everyone should bring a dish? And then I responded, just keeping the chat going. I'm still on the phone with my mom this whole entire time. I said, I would rather for those to bring a dish if they can. I know I would like a fruit salad dish and a sandwich platter, for sure. Does anyone have any other ideas? So, boyfriend's dad's mom said cooking would be great. And then my boyfriend's dad hops in the chat. He says, this is to determine who's cooking / preparing, what dish to avoid expensive catering to help the parents save on costs. Also, am I the only one who thinks having someone pay $2, even if it is just $2, a bit awkward when they're bringing gifts to help support the coming of the baby? I won't be in attendance, but I will take care of that sandwich platter. And boyfriend's mom responded to boyfriend's dad message, you're not the only one. My mom, because one, that was kind of like, we kind of moved on the chat. I literally said, those who can bring a dish. Boyfriend's dad's grandmother literally said cooking would be great. So I felt that was a bit unnecessary, especially reintroducing the chat after I had already introduced the chat. But cool, whatever. It was cool. My mom simply responded, I understand, but I definitely have to disagree because I feel paying $2 per person for a caterer event is cheap. Cheaper than preparing a dish for 30 or more people. I'm only saying this because of the prices, because the prices for groceries is extremely high for everyone. And I can only go by the amount of money I spent on food for the general meal, which was around $200. And that was just for sandwiches and rotel dip to feed 20 or 25 people. The idea was to get a head count of everyone planning to attend, so we would know exactly how much is going to be needed, or to see if it was even worth doing. I know even in these hard times, everyone can afford $2 versus everyone can afford to pay $2 versus paying $50 to accommodate a dish for a larger group. Yeah, everyone could afford $2 versus $50 or higher for a dish to accommodate a larger group. Depending on how many people are attending and what caterer will charge, which will be discounted because my cousin was going to do the catering, is yet to be determined because she doesn't have a head count. The baby shower is designed to shower the baby with gifts. That's the whole purpose of bringing gifts, is to determine. Okay, hold on. A baby shower is designed to shower the baby with gifts. That's the whole purpose. But if bringing a gift is determined by you having to pay for a meal, then that's the wrong concept of the entire event. But whatever you choose, I'm cool with it. And she said that because he's like, isn't it awkward, even if it is just $2, to have someone pay $2 when they're bringing a gift to help support the coming of the baby? Like I said, the gifts have nothing to do with the food. If they didn't want to eat, they didn't have to. If they didn't want to pay the $2, they didn't have to. They're more than welcome to, completely just saw nothing wrong with that, It was just completely normal in our point of view. But, I get now that it's different for others. But I didn't think, it wasn't that big of a deal. So, boyfriend's dad goes on to say there were more contributions to the reveal other than food. I wasn't a part of the planning. Shouldn't be a part of this event. That's the free meal. Oh, I missed a part. I missed a whole part. Hold on. Rewind. My boyfriend's dad responded to the message. Said, I absolutely wasn't aware where any of the food came from and who paid, no mentions. Is this what this is about? The reveal food could have also been distributed to others' kitchens. You have Apple Pay? No one mentioned the determinant of a gift for a shower, yet awkward to charge friends and family of soon and new parents to an event that typically requires gifting for them to eat. To an event that usually has food, fun, games for family and friends to enjoy. The head count is rather hard to come by also. Some people could be invited, something may come up, or they're not sure but want to attend. My schedule doesn't show me being able to be there yet. I work in construction. Things can change. Swipe. Stop trying to scroll off. So, my mom responds, by all means, I'm definitely not looking for my return of funds for food for the general reveal. It was supposed to be everyone bring a dish just like it was suggested for this event. But when it came down to it, when it came down to the day, I know what I contributed. Again, that's water under the bridge. And at the event, everyone ate for free. So I feel like that's your free meal right there, without any gifts being brought. The event usually, calls for everyone to bring either diapers or wipes on which gender they think the baby will be. I also understand that everyone may not have known that. That's why I'm saying water under the bridge. But the point is, everyone was supposed to bring a dish to that event, and it didn't work out that way, like I said in my previous message. With whatever the majority decides, I just know what I'm able to do. So let me decipher that. When she said, when it came down to that day, I know what I contributed, she was talking about the $200 that she spent that only went towards, or that she was only able to get rotel and sandwiches out of, and that was only for 20 to 25 people. So she's saying that she spent a lot of money and really she didn't get her money's worth, basically, is what she's saying. She didn't get her money's worth off of preparing food. She would have gotten more had she ordered a catered tray for $200. She would have literally gotten more than what she could have prepared. That's what she means by, I know what I contributed. That's what she means. And like I said, all of the dishes weren't there. Everything, that was on the menu list was not there. But it was no big deal. She was just like, I just cannot cook for this is her on the phone. Like I said, we're literally on FaceTime. Me and my boyfriend are on FaceTime with my mom as this whole text conversation is happening. So that's when he goes to say, my boyfriend's dad, there were more contributions, I don't know how to say a word, contributions to the reveal other than food. Also, it wasn't a part of the plan and shouldn't be a part of this event. That's the free meal. Who is that directed towards, free meal? The family or the friends of these kids. But you mentioned the money. Let's make sure that's absolutely not the issue. I saw Pampers and wipes there, other gifts at the reveal, gifts and contributions that aren't about an event or holiday the way I came up on the daily to weekly. I'm good. Let's keep the peace. It's love over here. Just want to make sure there are no hidden animosity and backbiting niggas don't know about. So, the gifts that were on the table that he was talking about came from my folks. Because, it was kind of like understood that diapers and wipes, boy, girl, it's kind of like, but understand that everybody does not know that. So those gifts that were on the table were, again, from my people. And then he goes again to say, but you mentioned the money. Let's make sure that's absolutely not the issue. What is he talking about? Why? If anyone, he mentioned the money first about the $2, but okay. Then my boyfriend's mom's mom, she responded to the chat. She said, hello everyone, this food for the baby shower would be a whole lot simpler if we just asked Liberia what she would like on the menu and then go from there. I was asking them what they wanted on the menu, because if it had been up to me, it would have just been salad and fruit and sandwiches for everybody. And these people like to eat, so I was asking them to come up with something, and that's why, I was planning an event. And then it was that. I was planning my own baby shower, my own gender reveal. In my head, it's normally, I normally see other people planning, the reveals and baby showers for the person, but I have to plan everything myself. So I wanted people to enjoy and have a great time. So I wanted to see, what type of foods does the majority, regular people want? Because I know I don't eat regular foods. So that's why, I made the group chat in the first place. Because help me. Like, I'm doing a lot of shit over here and still working, pregnant as hell, can't breathe. Like, looking up prices and decorations and calling the venues, getting everything together, giving everybody their roles. Help me. I'm literally crying out for help. So, my mom responded to boyfriend's dad's message when he was like, there were more contributions to the reveal. She said, are you sure this is not money? And, he animosity, backbiting, all that. My mom says definitely not an issue or any animosity, just stating facts. I'm not looking for anything in return. I contributed what I could, and that was that. I'm simply stating what I can and can't do again. And that's what I was saying about her last message when she said, I know what I contributed. She was just saying what she can and can't do again. That's all that she was saying. And then my mom says, my mom replies to my boyfriend's mom's mom, and she was like, ex Liberia, whoop whoop. She's like, I definitely agree. Then my boyfriend's dad goes, is that what we're doing? Listing what we've done as a reminder for question mark. You don't want to contribute? You felt solo or played? Or it was an issue? Facts sound like complaints. Either way, it's fine. Enough's been said. The in-between can be read. My mom responds, I can't help how it sounded, but definitely was facts. You took it as complaining. I said what I said, clear as day, no gray shaded area, no lines were needed to be read in between. Done it out the kindness of my heart, so I would never complain. It was a fact. I will always contribute because Liberia is my daughter. It's not a competition by all means. I just find it hilarious that my words are being taken out of context. And I've really been respectful tonight versus who I really am. So with that being said, this is my last response. Good night. Boyfriend's dad goes, competition? Now where is this from? Mercy. A competition for what? You throwing shots and hiding your hand. The start was about food for the shower. You started talking about what you've done. Maybe you're using the wrong words. Be yourself at all times, and all the time be yourself. It's clear some people had a problem and wanted to pop out with it. Crazy work. Hey, don't include me in this mess, man. And then I said, I'm going to just cancel it out. Don't worry about it. I was just trying to find a way to accommodate everyone so the whole food situation wouldn't be on a single person or many people. Like, just trying to get everybody together, but just have people send my son his things and whatever, call it a day. And that was all of the messages. So, all right. So, that was the messages that night. It was crazy. My mom was, she's like, what the heck? What happened? We don't know what happened. Jay's saying the whole time, my dad, he that's just how he talk. He don't mean nothing by it. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. That's just how he talks sometimes. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo-doo. So, tomorrow gets here. I go to work, get home from work. They're still having the conversation at my boyfriend's mom's house, and my boyfriend's mom and my boyfriend's grandma is there, and they're talking about like what went on and blah 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 and my mom is the problem, and she mentioned money, and I'm like, are y'all literally not reading the rest of the fucking message? She said that it would be cheaper for her to do catering with the $200 instead of making rotel and fucking sandwiches. She would have gotten more out of her $200 had it went towards catering. That's what she's saying. And they're still going on like, she's the problem. That was the reason. It was a whole, basically, argument. She's the problem, and, she started talking about money and what she's done, and I spent $600, and whoop-de-whoop, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? She was not talking. She was not complaining. She was just simply stating that it would be cheaper for us to do catering than to have a few people spend that same amount of money, if not more, to make a dish for a large group of people. I really don't see how they were missing the entire fucking paragraph of what she said. I literally just read it. That's literally what she said. If anyone had a problem or issue with the money, it was them not wanting to pay $2. And I get that. You didn't have to pay $2. You did not have to fucking eat. You can go somewhere else and get some food if you don't want to pay $2 to eat. Like, simple. Okay. So, again, let me say, like, all of this, I'm just retelling the story, but all of this has been, what's the word? It's not cool. What's the word? Fuck. All of this has then just, everything is swell again. Everything is good again as of April 4th, Everything is just like, I don't know what the fuck word I'm looking for, but there's no more beef as of April 4th, to my complete knowledge. As of April 4th, 2026, there is no more beef. But, so, let me continue. So, yeah, confused as what is going on and blah, 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 blah. And they're steady talking about it. I'm just like, whatever, okay. Whatever, because now fucking family is broken up. Fucking perfect family is just broken up now. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. My mom's not gonna ever, no. That was literally her first time having a conversation with the guy. Like, a full-on, he's been over to my mom's house, and they sat in the house, and, but that's her first time having just a conversation. And, okay, yeah, she's not gonna, yeah, so. That's still going on. I think it was Friday, they was talking about it. And literally the weekend, and my boyfriend's saying, yeah, I'm gonna give him a call. I'm gonna call him and see what's up, I don't, he's just blah, 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 blah. Why we get a group message from my boyfriend's dad, me and my boyfriend. Oh, so y'all got a problem with my mom, with my mom, who did all of this for you? Because I had mentioned my mom didn't know who was all supposed to bring something. She just know that some things were not there. I knew the things that were not there was the things that my boyfriend's dad's mom was supposed to bring. And I mentioned that. I was like, I know. I literally said, I know that my boyfriend's dad's mom didn't bring her dishes. And my boyfriend's mom was like, see, and that shouldn't have even been no problem. If she had a question, she should have asked me. And my thing was, why was no one letting me know? The person who's doing the planning, the person who's doing the actual planning for the baby shower, the person who's putting the shit, why is no one letting me know? So, she's all like, if your mom had a problem, she could have just asked me. And I said, well, she didn't know what was supposed to be brought. She just know that, all the things weren't there. She didn't know who was supposed to bring what. It wasn't nothing for her to ask. I'm saying, why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you let me know? If she called and told you, why didn't you let me know? And she said, she called me that day, and she's like, I just can't get to it because I have to work, and woot. And I'm like, okay, cool. Again, why did no one let me know? Because I had texted my boyfriend's dad's mom and said, hey, what day would be great for you? And she's like, Saturday, because I work Sunday. I'm like, cool, great. I literally called everywhere. And this thing has to get done this weekend. It was literally planned and already dated for this weekend. And I'm still trying to find a venue. Calling everywhere. Saturday is booked up. Booked up Saturday booked up. Can't do Saturday. We have Sunday. So I'm like, well, shit. So I text my boyfriend's dad's mom, and I say, hey, everywhere that I called is booked up for Saturday. The only day that they have is Sunday. Is that a good day for you? Could you still attend? Or would I have to, try to reschedule it? She's like, Sunday is cool. I can show up. Why didn't during that time, Or she let me know later on, hey, I'm not going to be able to, cool. No one's letting me know anything. So they're steady going, if she had a problem, if your mom had a problem, she could have just came to me. And I'm like, my mom did not have a problem. My mom did not have a problem. My mom did not have a problem. My mom did not have an issue. My mom was not upset. My mom did not have a problem. And they're just steady running with the narrative. So that's when my boyfriend's dad started texting me and my boyfriend saying, y'all got a problem with my mom. Y'all got a problem with my mom. Everything that she's done for y'all, she told y'all that she works on Sunday. And y'all still scheduled it on Sunday, and and y'all got a problem with mom. And he was getting all, big about his mama. No one said anything about his mom. No one has an issue at all with his mom. He's going on and on and on. Boyfriend's like, Pops, calm down. Let me talk to you. Let me explain to you. And his dad's just going, nah, she didn't did all this for y'all. Nah, cause y'all wrong. He's just going on and on and on. My boyfriend starts getting upset because at this point, he's not able to get anything out. So he's like, hey, man, And I'm like, okay, just relax, hang on. Let me see the phone. I'm like, hey, this is what's really going on. And the moment I get the phone, he's like, no, I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Liberia. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing I want to hear. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Just trying to explain, you know, what's really going on. No one has a problem with your mom. You know, there was no issue at all. Just trying to, you know, he's like, no, I ain't trying to hear it. And my boyfriend starts walking up behind me. He's all like, she playing you. She playing you. She playing you. She playing you, man. You got to watch out for her, man. She playing you. Woo-woo. And I'm like, I'm playing him? Wow. 5 months pregnant, by the way. Wow. Well, 6 months pregnant, by the way, actually. Cool. I'm playing him. Like, what do you mean? What are you actually talking about? And then he joins Jay's mom on the line. And she joins the call. And I'm like, what do you actually mean right now? And as she joins the call, my boyfriend picks up the phone, just snatches the phone, and he's all like, no, don't run now, Liberia, don't run now, don't run. And I'm like, what the fuck am I running for? I ain't got shit or nobody to fucking run from. Who the fuck I started getting pissed off, because who the fuck is you trying to play? This man just grabbed the phone out my hand. Ain't nobody running from nobody. The fuck? So argument, they're going back and forth, argument. You know, he starts saying, you know, wild shit about me. I'm playing him. This and that. So my boyfriend, of course, starts getting upset, and he's like, bro, what give you the right to talk about my girl like that? Like, it's like what the, you know, what is you talking about? What is you talking about? Where is this coming from? What is you talking about? What is you talking about? So that's the whole argument. We do argument that whole night. Just stopped at some point because it was just like, what the fuck. I went to sleep, got back up the next day. Today is now Saturday, and went through the whole Saturday day, chill, cool. Got around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and boyfriend's dad texts my boyfriend. Is all like, yeah, and I'm gonna need that vehicle returned back to my mama's house, because we was using his mom's vehicle, because we didn't have a vehicle at the time. Yeah, I'm gonna need the vehicle returned back to my mama's house ASAP. Nah, because nobody finna talk about my mama, and she done all this. And again, we're like, guy, what are you talking about? No one was talking about your mother. What are you talking about? So, a whole wave of a new argument, you know? So, again, they're going on and on and on and on. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna need that vehicle back now. And my boyfriend's going, first of all, I made this agreement with my grandmother, not you. So whenever my grandmother wants her vehicle back, I'll bring her vehicle back. Boyfriend's dad's grandmother calls him, and he's like, hey, your dad wants you to bring the vehicle back, you know, just bring it back. They know that we have no way of transportation. This is what I'm saying. They know that we have no way of transportation. They know that this is our only transportation for us to get back and forth to work, so we can continue working, because we have a child on the way. What? Instead of trying to find understanding and trying to figure out, like, what? No, bring the vehicle back. No, you don't even know what went on. You don't even know what's happening. You don't even know. Okay, so that was a whole argument. My boyfriend's dad calls his brother, you know, my boyfriend's uncle, and is like telling him to come get the vehicle. So my boyfriend's uncle drives all the way from wherever the fuck he is, like literally like a 45-minute drive all the way to our house. By this time, we are going to go secure another vehicle, because we're like, what the hell? So my mom is on the phone. She's like, hey, you know, we just got, you know, this car fixed, you know, and you guys can use that until you're able to get a vehicle. Cool. So we're driving down there to go secure that vehicle so we can bring my dad's mom her vehicle back. And, you know, that whole drive, you know, we get the call from my boyfriend's uncle. He's all like, yeah, we don't play about my mama. Where you at? He's at our house, beating down our door at 12 o'clock at night. Where you at? We don't play about my mama. It was just a whole argument, on and on and on. And then it got to the point where my boyfriend's dad said, boy, fuck you and that baby. Excuse me? The baby that I'm pregnant with right now? Are you serious? Cool. That's your last straw with me. That was the last straw. I was like, cool. Woo, you created this situation yourself, and you ain't want to be around. You ain't have to. Ain't nobody begging your ass to be. Boom. Argument goes on. Argument goes on. Literally, just, and then it's just animosity and tension for months. Go through with the baby shower. I have it at some random ass restaurant. So if you want to fucking eat, you can pay for your fucking meal. If you don't want to fucking eat, you can leave without paying shit. So there you go. Just give me my son's gifts. Cause what the fuck? So all of that. Oh my God, just so much animosity and tension in between, you know, my boyfriend and his father. I have my son. It's beautiful, you know. My boyfriend is just kind of in mixed feelings right now because he's having a son and he doesn't have his father. And, you know, things with his father has kind of always been just, and they were on a good track and they were getting things right. And then literally at the peak of life, like you're about to have your first kid and boom, shit happens. Gotta check the time. Shit literally just fucking happens. So, yes, my boyfriend's all upset. You know, a few months go by, I think, now I'm entering into, like, around Thanksgiving. He, my boyfriend's dad starts coming back around. You know, I'm introducing him to my son. You know, he has yet to say any words to me, period. Like, he did not talk to me until April 4th. He literally had not said any words to me at all until April 4th as of 2026. It's 2025 in November. And yeah, it has not said anything to me the entire time. Whatever. He's hanging out with my son. Cool. I'm letting them do their thing, you know? And Christmas rolls around. This is another big one. So I'm probably going to have to pause it here and come back to tell the Christmas story.